Good day, Lord and Ladies. Welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. In the last episode, we managed to get down into the Underhold, and we are currently there. So, we need to rescue the captain. Zahar is the first mate of the stranded smuggler ship. Yes, he once travelled to her end to visit the city's black market right before it fell. I should search for him. The entrance to the black market can be found in city sewers. Yeah, okay. So, I don't think I have any that uses. Okay, so seasick, weakening disease. Okay, they should have enough cure disease potions. Her magic is low, though. I should have just slept. Okay. So we're here. Okay. And this is the Thieves' Market. A tall, hook-nosed man with eyes like glowing coals and a thick mane of saggy black hair is intently staring at the snake wrapped around his forearm as he slowly lowers a small mouse towards its gaping maw. The man gives a start and both he and his snake hiss annoying at you. Insolent, can't you see I'm busy? He talks, he palms the mouse, and in a feat of prestidigitation, it seems to disappear. The snake tastes the air greedily and slithers into the sleeve of his robe and up his arm. I just came to trade. Not so quick, the man's eyes narrow as a malignant smile crosses across his pale face. Seeing as you are new here, your value is slightly above nil. I'll save its much. If you wish to peruse my wares, you must first perform a smaller task for me. Go on. I acquire a rare and highly toxic alchemical ingredient that grows in these underhalls. The caps from these Calviax fungus, commonly known as vomit caps. Beyond being a prized ingredient for poison making, it also stinks like nothing else you ever encounter. That sounds unpleasant. Oh, it's indeed. That is part of the reason I asked you to do it. The other reason is it's becoming very difficult to harvest. You see, they grow in the caves right outside these very halls. They're indeed why I am momentarily taking up residence here. But the caves are connected to the domains lorded over by those Reaver chieftains, that Oleg fellow. To keep this thing civil, the Queen has sealed off the cave and forbidden anyone to enter it. She would be most irritated if I were to disobey her. You, however, are free to feign the fool's innocence. How do I get to these caves? The entrance to the caves is in a barred gate at the end of the long hall of columns. It lies just west of the Queen's Court. There are a sentry patrolling the area and you do well to avoid him. Once you've passed the gate and entered the cave, you'll find a flooded chamber with exits leading left and right. Take the left one. The right one leads to Oleg's domain, and I dare say it's best avoided. Run along. Okay, run along now. I require a small bag of them. Indeed, if you are fast and discreet, I even throw in a bag of gold. Okay. Let's talk to him. What's the fastest way out this rat maze? Afraid of dark, are you? Don't like the rats nipping at your heels? Well, I suggest you get the fuck back to wherever you came from. Go northeast, northeast, then north again, and don't come back. So it's northeast, northeast, and then north again. There must be a quicker way of doing that. Prisoners. Hey, you're not welcome in these parts. The Unhell's Queen's orders. Get out of here and don't let me catch you here again. Okay. So it's east, it's north, east, north, east, and north again. Okay, so it's yeah. North, east, north, east. Okay. I need to find a secret passageway, the one that goes down. Is that it there? No. Okay, where's the map? We're up here, so we need to go back down this way because it's down by 2. Okay. Okay. We've got the highest will. Clusters of a cluster of the giant vomit cat fungi grow in these caves. They emit an odor so foul you would only touch them if you were paid. Willpower versus 12. Okay, let's try. Eight or above. Come on. You slice off a large through the caps and place them in the bag. The stench is overwhelming and you leave you sickened. Nauseated. Fantastic. We're going to have to sleep at some point anyway, because I want to try and save my reserves. I wish... One of the things I do wish about this is that you could just go straight... That you could just go straight to the sewers once you'd been again, rather than me having to open up my inventory, find a ragged note, which is basically west, south, west, west. Okay. Go west, south, west. Go west, south, south, west, west. So it's west, south, south, west, west. Okay. Okay. So it's going west once, then 2 south and 2 west. Okay. West once, then south, then west. Yeah. I have your vomit caps, you snap. Marvellous, you've proven most useful. Isabella gingerly places the fungi in an airtight jar and throws you a small purse of gold. Remember, not a word to the Queen of the Rodents about our little agreement. I wish to see your wares, you say as the snakes hisses at you. Of course. Trying to remember who's got the best bargain. I think it's going to be you. Yeah, okay, so what do you have? You literally just have potions. And alchemical ingredients. Okay, that's not so bad. Your stall before you was crammed full of various trinkets and knickknacks of perilously balanced atop one another. As you approach, a wary young man with a horrible pock-marked face offers you an excited grin. Oh, the hunt for some treasure, my fellow adventurer. Then you come to the right place. Everything you see here has been carefully collected by yours truly. He gestures to the stall. You wouldn't believe the stuff just left lying around out there. Only the other day I found a very nice one-of-a-kind necklace just discarded in the mud. It was next to a corpse, mind, but it was no one can listen to argue if you know what I mean. It's clear from the merchant's rumblings that his way of sourcing his wares is not exactly legal, but what down here is. You suppose it won't hurt to find out more. I have some questions. The young rogue excitedly lips. Want to know more about my treasures, do you? I'll be happy to sell you anything you want. Where do you come across these treasures? The life of an adventurer is a dangerous one, but it's worth it for the loot like this. He gestures enthusiastically to his store. I've braved in the most disgusting sewers and dug through the trash of some of the finest men in the Empire in order to obtain such coveted wares. That sounds interesting. And sadly, I can't always be of exploring, especially not during the day, the coffee coughs awkwardly. So, if you have got any treasures of your own you'd be happy to part with, make sure to pay me a visit. I have some more questions. Let's see your wares. Okay. So, he's got magical McGubbins. Diplomacy. Getting that would be good, to be honest. Because having high diplomacy with someone with my diplomatic character would have probably helped save the lady. Higher athletics, survival, awareness. Ponce can hit us out the sea. Okay. So he's got crafting, something that already gives more diplomacy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy the helmet from him, I think. Okay. I don't want the crude broadsword. I don't want to use the great axe. You can also take the crude club. All the necklaces you can have. I actually haven't. I say that I got a ton of stuff to sell still. Just sell the amethysts. Not going to sell that. Okay, so we have enough. We've got enough things. Healing would be useful. To buy the mask. Higher survival would be good. Boots of healing. Boots of healing would be good, but they're expensive. Ring of Athletics. For the time being, shouldn't affect them too much. The armor affects dodge and stealth. Headwear helmet affects awareness. Yeah, you're fine. You think your diplomacy up to 6 is good. Okay. There are people about. Let's get some food in us. Okay, so they're fully rested. Okay. Feat wise, you level up to level 11, so attunement and all that good jazz. Evasive is nice. Just if you're doing archer. Rapid reload. If you score a crit hit with the bow, you immediately regain an attack. Yes, we want to grab that. Precision strike, that's melee, isn't it? Yeah. Increased toughness is probably a good way to go for him, to be honest. Or ranged master, making him better just sticking out of combat. Yeah. Yeah. Formal vitality and attunement. Shield rush. Being able to do more damage to your club would be good, to be honest. Increased toughness would also be really good. But just being able to do more damage is something I've been really wanting with you for a while. Get diplomacy and get your attunement up. Okay. Sitting on the floor, on the cold floor, is a man in heavy chains. As you approach, he looks up, and from underneath his long, unkempt hair, his eyes glint, and the vaguest outline of a smile flashes across his face. Finally, I thought you'd never get here. What are you talking about? You are my ticket out of this hole, and not a moment too soon, I might add. The man shuffles to his feet and dusts himself off as if preparing to leave. First of all, I have no idea what you're talking about, you say. And secondly, surely you realise you're chained up. A minor inconvenience, the man says. The blind maiden has brought you thus far, and no doubt the rest of the solution to this little conundrum is about to present itself. Igo Zane Dromar is not fated to spend the rest of his life rotting away in chains. The blind maiden favours you, so how did you end up in this hole? Ha! The maiden merely deals us our hands of cards. It is for us to play them. I perhaps played my last hand poorly. A small lover's quarrel stemming from a simple misunderstanding led to a series of unfortunate events that landed me here. He rattles his chains as if to emphasise his plight. But the maiden kisses me again, and here you are, my rescue. Oh, is that so? All I ask of you is that you intercede on my behalf to the Queen. Though she certainly loves me madly, she has also decided that I am to meet my end chained up in this oblate shithole. For the briefest moment, Igo loses his composure, and the slightest hint of desperation creeps into his voice. Hold on, I have some questions first. Igo looks at you impatiently. Why exactly are you chained up here? Ah, why indeed? Igo's laughter comes out strained. As I said, it is nothing but a lover's quarrel, a trifle. I assure you, I am certain, if you intercede on my behalf to the Queen and make sure you tell her I am terribly regretful, she will see reason and let me be on my merry way. I'm not sure I believe you, you say. Why should I help you? Because Igo Dramar is the finest captain to ever grace the Outer Isles, and with his sails. Besides, if you find another captain brave or stupid enough to venture out to sea in these dire times, I shall dance on my mother's grave. Igo leans in, and his voice drops. Horror stalks the depths around Idra. I have seen it with my own eyes. I know. It sunk our ship as we came in. Then you must know what I speak of. The terror of Idra. Many a ship must have shared your fate in these last dark weeks. It fell upon us as well when we passed Silo's Chief. Many of my men were swept off deck, and large gouges were torn from the sides of our beautiful ship. What happened? Were it not for the grit of my crew and the blessed shipwrights who shaped the magnificent hull of the Oradar, we would have met our ends as you did. Instead, we were able to slip from its grasp and make our way past the reef and into shallow waters where the behemoth could not follow. What is the nature of this behemoth? There is no sea on Wadrat untouched by Umbrain's hulls. I do not deny that we whisper tales of such things when we are safe on dry land with a cup of wine in our hands, of things older than time that dwell in unfathomable depths of the sea, but to hear one in this age and to encounter it no less, such things should not be. It is madness given form. A shadow passes over the man's face. Where is your ship now? We limped to a safe haven in one of the island's excellent, more private coves. My crew awaits there as we make repairs and forage for supplies. Let's just say there is a reason Idra is so prized amongst those who fly the black sails. Igo winks at you. So you are smugglers then, Kate blurts out with no little awe in her voice. Igo fixes her with a sultry gaze. Why smuggler is such a vulgar term? I am a gentleman, a Xenor of the seas. What were you carrying? I do not think me a petty criminal for carrying prescribed goods. There are men and women in this empire who yearn for freedom from the yoke of their eunuch masters. Freedom costs blood as well as steel and other more exotic wares. Men such as me provide them, as does the Queen in her own way. We needed supplies, and since she and I are friends, I made my way here to parlay a deal. No doubt I overestimated our friendship. I have some questions. I should leave. Okay, the lost captain. Igo in chains. I have found Igo Zardramar, the captain of the Weather Maiden, in chains in the black market of the Rat Queen. He begged me to intercede to the Queen on his behalf. If I somehow managed to free him, he might make a valuable ally. Okay. So feats. Here we go. Crippling finesse. Target enemies. When scoring a backstab hit using a light weapon, the target gets a random injury condition. That's always nice. Blade finesse as well. Be really good. Vein strike. I'm going to go with this one and get crippling finesse. And for you... Okay. Increase cascade. Yeah, that's increasing the amount of spells. Human intelligence. Spell burn, increase attunement. Yeah, it's the character's magical energy. Arcane rush. Take damage, increase attunement, increase law, increase intelligence. Yeah. I'm gonna grab the attunement and grab the law. I'm okay with spells at the moment, to be honest. Unless we want to get the next... yeah, maybe get next 4th level spell. And then grab... attunement and start working towards law. What do you want to get? Arcane Shockwave, Mark Lethargy, Mass Lethargy, Stone Skin, Summon Giant Insect. Has to be touched though, but it's nice. Okay. The costs 15, Cascade 14, targets enemy sphere, targets all opponents in the sphere target, they all get slowed. They'll become stunned. Summon giant insect. Target anyone aware. Summon the flowing creatures. Rhino beetle, giant centipede. Stone skin would actually be useful. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab yeah. Summon giant insect, which would be nice. Like, Gnat is a small thing, Swarm Gnat. Summon vermin, crabs, giant rat, giant bat. Like, this is the more improved version, which will help us against the worst things and give us more time, so I think it's worth it. Okay. Looking for a steal. You step before a slightly disheveled young man selling a variety of weapons and armour in a dimly lit corner of the hall. Continue. Hello there, free sword. He flashes you a wasteland of spice-stained teeth in what appears as passes for a smile. Fancy taking a look at some of my wares. And come back any time, Frel Sword. And remember, there ain't no better way of getting respect than with cold steel buys you. I want to ask some questions. How did you end up here? When your mother squeezes you out in the shit and mud of the back streets of Alders and leaves you for dead, you're fucked for choice. I was lucky enough to be taken in by the Queen herself, saw something in me, did see, probably wouldn't be standing here if not for her. Egasis goes distant in the way, but teen boys sometimes do, you were saying. Anyway, seeing as I'm here and all, if you're happening across any weapons you ain't parted to your travels, make sure to drop them. I saw sometime more of my I'm sure to have something more your style. I'll see. Let's see your wares. All right. What has he got? Masterwork longsword of fire. That's really nice. Small amount of extra fire damage. Dagger of speed. Fine club. Keen-edged cutlass. Medium blade. Small amount of extra fire damage is caused on hit, but it's so expensive. I mean, we can get it less now because her stuff is higher. Acute master longbow. Power Shield of Healing. Adds plus 1 to healing would be good. Masterwork Chainmail of Law. Fine-studded leather armor of diplomacy. I mean, that wouldn't be bad for a mage if she can use light armor. And I'm not really using this scimitar. Let's sell the scimitar. I don't even know if she can use armor. That's actually a good point. No, she can't. Okay, so she's pointless for diplomacy then. It actually doesn't got really like the only thing that really interests me would be the sword. But even then I'm not particularly taken with it. Okay. As you come across a conspicuously well-dressed man selling what appears to be odd assortment of precious items and pieces of art, he looks remarkably out of place amongst the shadows of the underhalls. Hail and well met, he proclaims, tipping his hat at you. It's plain to me that you are people in keen understanding of the finer things. What say you to perusing some of the finest art in all the Empire? Even the most superficial of examinations reveal that most of this art pieces are barely competent knockoffs and forgeries, a fact that the art dealer seems utterly unashamed by. His place here makes a lot more sense now. I might have some questions for you. What do you do here beyond selling fake art? Dealer lets out a dramatic sigh. Alas, some of my wares may be questionable origin. But make no mistake, I am no con artist. I am simply a man with a passion for strange and unusual objects, and the Outer Isles happens to be rife with them. Explorers find them, sell them on to me, and I make sure they reach buyers on the mainland for a fair price. Is that legal? Not exactly, but it pays well and keeps my customers happy. So if you find any strange items on travels, be sure to bring them to me. He looks around conspicuously, discreetly of course. I'll keep an eye out and have some more questions. I wish to see your wares. How did you end up here? Oh, surprised to find a man of such taste in a place like this, are you? He chuckles sadly. I once sold my wares in the silver halls of Valor? Valor is the imperial capital and seat of the mage emperors. Only the very richest could even be allowed across the threshold of my establishment. Alas, for some reason I cannot fathom, the emperor took dislike to the way I'd conduct my business, and I had to find a more discreet location. The man clears his throat nervously. Go on. Put it simply, the underhalls are the perfect venue for a man of my caliber to blossom without the prying eyes of the tax collectors and inquisitors. The scenery isn't exactly ideal, but I am resigned to suffer in silence. I see. Might I ask some more questions? Let's see if I have any artifacts for you. Yes. I'll be more than happy to see any curios you might be carrying. The merchant rubs his hands together. I have this so, the Nautical Guild seal. How about this so, the idol from St. Fury's treasure? How about this so, the black dagger from under the lighthouse? So, the Reaver tablets. Okay. I don't know if I should sell any of those things to him. And we can't sell the nautical seal because our party member needs it. So, okay, let's see what you have for sale. So he's got McGubbins. Okay, law, presence, willpower. Yeah. Toughness, movement speed, healing. Okay. Right, I'm just going to be right back, folks, for 1 second. And we're back, folks. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Right. Presence. Willpower. Law. Nothing really grabs me, to be honest. Okay. Trade with the alchemist. I suspect he's the person that we had to talk with. Cenophine spices are not quite familiar meats. Salt your senses as you approach what appears to be a small food store. Your interest is noted by the red-faced woman who welcomes you with a wide, genuine smile. Fine day for some grub, wouldn't you say? She grins, gesturing for an array of mysterious meats on display. I've got something for everyone, from delectable richness of city pork to more comfortable subtlety of the finest roofed chicken. And people actually eat this? Ha! Like ravenous rats. Trick is, if you season it just right, it will taste like chicken anyway. So if they keep filling my purse, and I'll keep filling their bellies. I have some questions. It's really safe to eat. Of course it is, he replies hastily as he stares at her food with no small amount of dubiousness. Everything you see here is the finest, almost fresh grub the Emperor has to offer. Almost fresh, you say? She shifts uncomfortably. Well, no one ever lived to complain. That's what you're worried about. I have some more questions. That's some of your wares. So, okay, so she just basically is the food vendor. 1 second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so. We're not supposed to be in here. Where is this rat queen we're supposed to go and talk to? Or where is she? Oh, she's here. He's a hireling. I take it that's the rat queen. Okay. The lady in front of you holds herself with disciplined ease, her chin tilted proudly up. This is clearly her kingdom, though you'd guess she'd look as confident anywhere else. Now she is lounging on a throne made out of crates covered in a black sail as they are hiding in a cave. Well then, what have we here? Come to seek an audience with the Rat Queen. Speak fast and true. I stumbled upon this place, you say. Just so. How curious you're clearly not from Idra. You've not made a mistake of attacking us. You appear not to know me. I would guess you're a mercenary seeking answers of fortune now that Horen lies under shadows. I seek answers, you say. I doubt you'll find much in these halls. Nonetheless, you're welcome to enjoy my hospitality and business, so long as your blade stays in your sheath and your tongue remains courteous. The Queen takes a long draw from hocker pipe as he stares intently at you. Thank you, my lady. May I ask you some questions? You amuse me. I shall lend my ear for now. What is this place? A place of free spirits and free flow of enterprise. The Empire would call us thieves, smugglers and brigands, but the same Empire would rather starve thousands to death than upset the delicate balance of their taxes and tariffs. So instead we scuttle about like rats in places, we gnaw at foundations of that swollen corpse, but for all of our mischief we cannot help but love they cannot help but love us. They rive in our muck in rare spices, fine oils, exotic magics, and potent poisons that flow from the hinterlands thanks to those like me. So please covet coverting pleasure most carnal while you are here. No secret ever leaves these halls. The Queen offers a telling smile. I have some other questions. I have met Ago. The Queen's eyes flash at you for a moment. You feel as if lightning is about to strike, then she relaxes back into her self-assured pose. That man is nothing to me. He is to rot at my pleasure. Why? What is his crime, you say? The Queen casts a brief glance at a young man standing nearby. His face reddens, and a faint smile plays across his lips. That is until he realises the hot water he's in and remembers an important task that needs doing somewhere else before scuttling away. Ego is a worm whose appetite is too big for his own good. Nothing else. What is your interest in him? He asked me to put in a good word for him to you. Has he now? Well, he is clever then that mood. He is clever when the mood strikes him, and you will certainly find no finer captain in the Outer Isles. For old time's sake, I shall offer him this much. The Harbourmaster of Horen is no doubt food for the crabs, or at least for those beasts that roam the streets above. However, he kept meticulous journals and ledgers full of information that reflected poorly on my associates. It would be of same, albeit not unlikely, but these ledgers might have been lost in the calamities that have swept Horen. Where should we look for them, you say? The Harbourmaster kept a storage of his records in the eastern tower that flanks the entrance to the harbour. Just follow the eastern jetty along the sea wall until you arrive at the tower. With the current chaos that reigns above, I am sure it's as easy as walking in and walking out again. Do this for me, and I consider sparing the life of that wretch of a manling. I'll consider it. I have some questions first, though. About that ledger. Never mind. I can just leave. Okay. Subquest: The Queen's Request. Okay. Okay. I think this is going to be a good place to stop, to be honest, folks, because we're now going to go back out into the city. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Skald against the Black Priory, and I see you all again next time. Goodbye.